this. I'm so excited.
Don't talk to me!
Cutie's doing video.
Griff gang.
Good for you. Hi, me again. Hi, are you serving cheeseburgers right now?
Hello, it's ready.
My dad's my uncle.
Exactly, teardrop.
I gave my cats away for you. Like these people who have, they have children. Can you not take them to the park?
Rage, more rage.
He's not a marriage scammer. Beauty bite.
I'm not hungry. Like, that salad really filled me up.
That hot dog is juicy.
Dad, if you're watching this, Sue Slimer.
He's my brother. He's my brother. You know? Every time I do a weigh-in, the scale's broken. Ah! Detain me, bitch! Hillbilly, crap, white trash people.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Good to see you all here. What a heck of a night it was last night for Cutie. Man, she is really on one. You could have sat this one out, Cutie. What we like to call this is a choice and a bad one. Hello, Nicole. Just Jamie, Mac Attack. Homero Williams, Say La Vie, Fifi48, Kyle, Dinky, Emotional Support Muffin, Face of America, Sassy Mama, Doohickey, Really Gen X, Summer, I Am Dee Dee, Damn You Kids, hello, hello. I know she destroyed at least 2 calazones last night. Meg Beds, good to see you. Mish, Mim, and the Bear Cat, good to see you. Jojo B, Kara, Ann, Silent Left Hand, hello. Sweet Daily Win, good to see you. Just Jamie, I think I already said hello, but hello again. Plantain Sweetie, Glass Diamonds, Mama Girl, Maui, By the Book, hello. The Wrong Missy, Butter Crumpet, present and accounted for. Tina B, Cancer Warrior, hello girl, good to see you. Panda Pondu, Rumham, hello, good morning to you. Crazy Ribbon Lady, good morning. Mango Kush, hopefully today we don't lose electric. So sorry about that yesterday. It must have been something pretty serious because even the street light was out. So I think maybe an accident or something. We weren't like having any rain or anything. So I don't know. I was like, I don't think so. It's too hot for this shit. So I'm going to go ahead and head out. Hello, Addicted to Cobra, good to see you. Yes, please, going into this live stream, trigger warning, protect your peace. Very sensitive subject matters here, of course, because Chantel cannot help herself. Very interesting things that she was saying throughout this reaction, I guess you would call it, to the Paradise documentary series. And I've seen somebody in the chat say, I wonder if her Beezers, or how can her Beezers support this? I think Chantel was getting a lot of pushback. 2 pairs of underwear. I must have missed something. Hey, Chubby Bear. A lot of pushback in her chat because she goes into it like she's really set to defend this guy. And then she feels almost, to me anyways, it felt like she was almost forced to kind of not necessarily walk some of that back, but definitely say some things that she probably didn't plan on saying. Hello, Chantel's Unflick Bean. Good to see you. Sending peace and love to y'all from the UK. Thank you so much, Chantel's Unflick Bean, and thank you for being a member for 17 months. Appreciate you. She's a lost cause. Grab the popcorn. Exactly. Oh, that means undies. Gotcha. I was like, I'm not really sure what that means, but we'll just keep it pushing. Just stopping in to say good morning. I'm leaving at the moment for work. I'm replay gang. Champagne kisses. Thank you so much for stopping in, girl. Appreciate you. Hey, Ann. Good to see you, hun. Bertha Biscuit Boyle. Hello. Grandson is at a state baseball tournament, so watching him on my tablet plus chat on the phone. Hell yes, girl. Yava on the TV. So love y'all. In case I don't see you, say something you say. Bertha Biscuit Boyle. God, with all your name changes, I can't keep up. Girl, thank you so much, and congrats to your grandson. Appreciate you. Tina B, thank you so much for gifting the YouTube Underground membership. Let me see if I can see who got it, or did I already lose it in chat? Hey, Dorky Shitstain, good to see you. Wicked Crafter, hello. I didn't see who got it, but welcome. New member, Tina B, thank you so much, girl. Good to see you. Ashley, thank you so much. Let me go up and welcome you properly if I can find it. Holy shit, the chat must be on fire today because I'm losing these milestones. Let's see here. Welcome to the official support group. Appreciate you so much. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you can use your custom emojis in the chat. I don't know if YouTube has straightened that issue out. It seems that other people are also having issues with the member emojis. So hopefully that'll be taken care of sooner than later. Appreciate you so much. Hello, I Draw People and Animals. Good to see you. Crazy Ribbon Lady, good morning. Mango Kush Dragon, hello. Jerry, hello. Corvic, good to see you. Everybody just coming in. Pink Warrior, Sava, hello. Chins is rotting from the inside out. She sure is. Yes, everyone protect your peace. Okay. Did we get caught up here? I think so. Oh, nope. Andi, hello, girl. I don't know why. Let me see. This says I've been a member for 5 months because I just joined the other day. I think YouTube is all screwed up, girl. Anyways, I just wanted to say I got my postcard, trading card, and stickers yesterday. I love them. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you got it and you love it, girl. And thank you for being a member however long you've been here. I appreciate you. Hello, Spiteful Pinky Jean. Good to see you, hun. Rosie's doing anything to be the victim and Foodie doing anything to be the villain. Holy shit. That was very well said, girl. Agreed 1,000,000%. So with that being said, I'm not going to waste any more time. Today is a pool day, so I cannot go over 11 a.m. because you got a lot to take care of and kids come first, right, guys? Grow 600 pounds and meet Dr. Now. Hello, manifesting round 2 of C. diff for cutie. Go antibiotics, go. Oh my God, could you imagine? Do you think that she'll tell us? Of course she will. Oh, you know what? I was thinking about that earlier. I think yesterday it must have been a sign from the gods. They were like, listen, we've had enough boil talk. We're going to go ahead and pull the router since you won't pull it yourself. And we're going to go ahead and cut this shit off. And then I can't believe it, but today is something different than boil talk. Even though it's a sensitive subject, I am glad that at least we're not on day like 5 of talking about Chantel's leaky boil. I'm sure it's going to come up, but at least it's not a whole stream dedicated. That's right. Big scoops of spaghetti. Got to get it in while you can. Summer goes by way too fast. Grow 600 pounds and meet Dr. Now. Thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. Appreciate you. So with that being said, Chantel, ma'am, you have the floor.
Can you take me higher to a place where bees and rains? Midi merci.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, girl, I get that. Me too. But when Chantel talks this way, not that we don't already know what kind of person that she is and that she's willing to go out here and defend people like this, but it puts a spotlight on her for very serious subject matters. And she kind of has that coming. Now, I will say, I agree with the people who say that Foodie is looking for the Stefan guy to possibly come over into her chat and give her some attention, because Stefan has been making the rounds and he has been chumming up with anybody who is willing to be nice to him, willing to take his side on all of these matters. And if you think back to when Foodie was invited on the low-cal bus, even though she didn't go, hey, Mystique, good to see you, she loved the attention that she got from that, not just from like the community and making it look like she was a desired co-host or whatever. This is also a way to get Salah worked up for him to come over and say, don't do that. Don't talk to this man. It's attention-seeking behavior for her romance scammer, in my opinion. Definitely has a lot to do with that.
BG thirsty. Hello. Wait, I gotta bring my chat up.
He's lining up a visit to paradise for once Salah leaves her. I don't think that Foodie meets the criteria to go to the paradise house. Number one, I remember them saying that he likes not only death fats, but I think you have to be a certain height. And then, Raven Magic, is it your birthday today, girl? Oh, it's a belated birthday. Happy birthday to you and congratulations on making it another year, girl. Absolutely. So yes, not just the height situation, because she definitely meets like the weight criteria, but the height is a no. And also Chantel's age goes into this. Chantel is 42 years old. And from what it looks like, that everything that everybody has seen throughout the documentary, he likes him a little bit younger than 42 for sure. I think that he would consider Chantel retired at this point. Hello, big scoops of spaghetti. Giddy pulled up in Scars yesterday and told Scar to go fuck herself. Gigi, is that one of the people from the documentary series? I think so. Really? That's interesting. Wow. I had no idea. Thank you for that information, Spaghetti. I'll have to go over and check that out. I did not see Scar's live. I did see that she was live yesterday. She had really good numbers. Really proud of her. Scar, you were doing the damn thing over there, killing the coverage on the Quirky Love Rosie. Oh, from the LCU. Thank you for that. Dude, I don't keep up with all the characters. It's way too much for me. Lindsay says she's too old, too short, and shockingly not fat enough. I don't know about the not fat enough part, but I'll give you the other two for sure. He likes them able to walk more than 30 seconds. Now that I agree with. Spaghetti, thank you so much for the support and the information. So it's somebody from the low-cal universe sector over there. That's interesting. Atlantis Mermaid says, yeah, but Stefan has been in Foodie's chat and bought a cameo. What? When? Rose Thorn has the receipts. It's SW and then some numbers after that screen name is his. Is this confirmed? That's the first I've heard about that. Okay, I'll have to go look into that. Atlantis Mermaid, thank you for being a member for 20 months. Appreciate you. He likes his ladies to have hair. I mean, were all the women in the Paradise documentary series like very large women? Fair enough to say, obviously, right? But they weren't bad looking girls. You know, the fact that they were obviously severely overweight, they were for the most part, I believe all the ladies I've seen were pretty. There's just the fact that they were very heavy, right? And Chantel, again, she just doesn't meet that criteria. So sorry for you, cutie. You're not pretty enough. You're too old and you're too short. 5'1", you wish. I would say at this point, you're probably like 4'11".
That's such a good one, Scrape, honestly. I've got 2 tickets to paradise. Won't you pack a bag?
Yes, all of them were very pretty and they all look clean. They all look like they were showering on the regular. Yes, Chantel is also filthy. Like, she doesn't have a chance in hell at an invite. I mean, I don't know, like, as far as I've seen somebody say that Stefan only used YouTube and TikTok, if he would even be willing to go over to Kick because this one person is defending him. Maybe, but again, even if he did, that's as far as it's going to go. Jenna Taylor says, why the fuck was Rosie in it? I mean, you really can't even say that she was. Somehow, I guess, and we more than likely will never get the answer to those questions on how exactly Rosie got involved in this situation. But somehow she made herself a part, even though she wasn't a part of it. It's all so bizarre. Thank you for the super chat, hun. Rosie was eating the expert. Nailed it. Yes, she was the feeder expertise, if you will. Hey, Gorla, good to see you, hun.
Believe tonight.
She was in it for a whole 20 seconds. I love that for her. Hey, 10 Katie.
Hi, guys. No, olanzapine. I'm good. Hey, very sick puppy. Hey, Scrape. Hey, May. Hey, who's in here else? Green eggs. Mena. Pooh. Refresh. Pooh.
Dorky Shitstain girl, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Buttercrumpet says, trigger warning, talk of coercion, exploitation, addiction, and sexual abuse, and Chantel's vile take on it. Exactly, Buttercrumpet. Thank you for that. What was I going to tell you guys? Oh, yeah. So now that she's been to the hospital in the emergency room, at least according to Chantel, I know we still have some naysayers in the community. I think we did a poll on it yesterday. I don't even remember what the results were. But I tend to lean towards that she definitely went to the ER. I could be wrong. Oh, Sunday is Dorky Shitstain's birthday, and they have requested a detain me, bitch. Absolutely. Dorky Shitstain, I plan to be here this weekend, but just in case I miss you, congratulations on making another year, and happy birthday to you, hun.
Detain me, bitch.
And you got to get the song. Got to. Have a great birthday, Dorky Shitstain. Courtney says, hey, Tros, time to trigger Stefan to drag Foodie. We then see how easy Foodie is going to flip on Stefan and change the defense real quick. Isn't that the truth? And that's all it would take. And he doesn't even need to go in there and say a whole lot. He just needs to say like one thing negative about Chantel, and that will be enough for her to change her whole defense of him and then start to say everything about the situation is exactly what the entire community is saying. I hope he does it. That would be a great thing to see. Thank you for the super chat, hun. 10 Katie, girl, thank you so much for gifting 5 of the YouTube Underground memberships. Let's see who got them. Just Danny, Arnett, Mish, Cancer Warrior Girl, and really Gen X. Welcome, welcome, all new members. A word from our sponsor. Pickle, go ahead.
Your perseverance is creating a path to success.
You hear that, 10 Katie? What Pickle's trying to say is just keep gunting, girl. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Dorky Shitstain says, thanks, everyone. You're welcome, girl. And I hope you have an amazing birthday. And thank you so much for the support. Bertha Biscuit Boyle says, happy birthday, Dorky Shitstain. You're beautiful and love you. Have a beautiful day. That was so sweet, Bertha. And thank you for the support, hun. The Scooter needs a safe word. Hello. The only reason the girls are inserting themselves into the narrative is because for some odd reason, they wish it was them. I agree with that 1,000,000%. And how absolutely pathetic is that? Oh, happy anniversary to you guys, just Jamie. 27 years. That's awesome. The Scooter needs a safe word. Thank you for being a member, hun. Appreciate you. Joanna, it's your birthday too. Can I get a good for you and a fat? Absolutely, Joanna. Congratulations on making it another year. A lot of birthdays today, guys.
Good for you.
And of course, the classic.
Fat.
You know what? I was tagged several times with what Chantel had said that needs to make its way to the soundboard. And don't worry, girls, it's coming. I just forgot to do it this morning.
Hey, Okie Pokey, Onomatopoeia, Pretty Vacant, Gab. I watched all 3 episodes. Sage, Alien.
Oh, wait a minute.
Jill, did you see that they called her a feederism?
Sorry, I got sidetracked. I had a point about talking about Chantel going to the emergency room. She's way too happy, and I understand that maybe she got some relief from all of the drainage of the boil, but still, considering everything, I think that it's possible that not only did they give her an antibiotic, but I think they might have gave her maybe some pain medication. I don't know. What says you guys?
Expert.
Again, she just seems way too happy.
Fuck, what a title. You watch 5-Year-Old Visit Me, King Cobra's Ghost? It was a different lass back then, I was. Yeah, he was talking
Drained pussy is 10 pounds lighter.
shit on people who were accusing him of bad stuff, though. That's why. Some of them. Okay, I make some notes. Okay, I'm in camp. You can watch it on HBO Max or Investigation Discovery. And
You mean to tell me that you cannot get yourself out of the bed to go to the doctor, but yet you sat down and you took notes on this document? So you actually were watching, like you were paying attention. It's not like you missed anything. You were paying attention enough to take notes, and you got it this wrong. Okay.
Canada, you can watch it on through
Really want to trigger people, Chantel, don't you?
Amazon Prime. Subscribe to City TV. Mayo expert. Hi, Tokras. Onomatopoeia, I'm cutting jokes. Anyone I talk about, anything like that, I don't wish them any harm in life, okay? Even my enemies.
Right, Zenny?
Honestly, I don't. So, if you don't like different types of humor, that type of humor, you might be offended, but this stream is not going to be for Snowflakes. Hey, Melly, even FFG. Yes, I don't wish her.
You knew going into this that she was going to trigger people. This stream is not for Snowflakes. Of course, the ER can give you a prescription for painkillers if you need that. Of course, they can. She knew. She says it right here. This stream is not for Snowflakes. She knew that her thoughts and opinions on the subject matter was going to trigger a lot of people.
Any harm, because that's what God would want me to do. And this one of the sole purposes, actually the major purpose I realize of my life is that I'm here to serve God, right? Even though
we can't tell. Can you guys tell that her purpose here on earth is to serve God? Does anybody get that from Foodie Beauty? I don't think so.
Burnt right now, but I have issues. Spoiler alert warning. Oh yeah. Hey Melinda, you won't know what I'm talking about anyway. Even if you if you haven't watched it, you're not really gonna know what I'm talking.
Yeah, when does that start? When does you serving God begin, Chantel?
BG's, yeah, see, she came back to remind me to throw it. You just finished it? Hey, minute. Hey, cheesy yum yum. The weirdest chubby chasers
My one purpose in life is just to serve God.
are always from.
And it says like the most horrible woman in Canada.
I can see what you mean.
Oh, what do you think? Very good.
Yeah, I don't wish harm, but if something bad happens, I'll be like, oh no. Yeah. Hey, Positive J. Exactly. Actually, God in Islam doesn't require you to be like, oh, if your enemy dies or something, you know? You don't have to be, you don't have to have like, you don't have to be nice to people who harm you, you know? But it's just about, I feel like wishing harm on others just makes me feel very dark inside.
Because you're a dark person, Chantel. Let's talk about that. You're a very, very dark person, and you're going to prove it right here in this stream. Hello, Chuck. Good to see you. She was so excited to have this take on her stream. I, for one, was not shocked at all. Nobody was, Chuck. When I didn't even realize that Chantel was live streaming this and talking about the documentary series until I seen what people were saying on Twitter. Was I shocked? Absolutely not. Right on cue for Chantel. Chuck, thank you for the super chat, girl. Stoner Girl, hello. Good morning, Yabba and support group. I got my card and I love it. I'm so glad you got it and you love it, girl. Stoner Girl, thank you for being a member for 13 months. Wait till you see not next month's, even though next month is going to be pretty good, but it's going to be August, I believe. It's going to be a real banger. You guys are going to love that. I couldn't raw dog this one, not even the clips. Girl, it's disgusting.
You know, like when I said I wish everyone would just burn in hell. That, you know. Okay. Hey, Sneakerhead.
Ship Shape Fitness, her God must be a cheeseburger. Thank you for being a member for 13 months, son.
Okay, one thing I know.
She looks filthy because she is filthy. That, I seen the clip somebody had posted on Twitter before she did this review of the Paradise documentary where she was rubbing her forehead and it was just dust. It was dead skin just falling off of her face. And I'm just like, have you not washed your face in like weeks, Chantel? Because there's no way you should have that amount of dead skin on your face. It was so gross.
Noticed about, okay, spoiler alert. So one thing I noticed, okay, if you want to stick around and you don't know what Paradise is, basically Paradise
The professional's about to chime in. Let me shut up.
PEAR, as in pear-shaped, is a big like mansion in Las Vegas that's owned by a man named Stefan. He's a German who moved to the US as a kid or something. Or as I don't remember when he moved, but he came here from Germany. He's rich and he has this place called Paradise, which is a haven for like, he likes women who are like very fat, okay? Like 500 pounds plus. Actually, he likes women to be super fat and tall, but not to the point of being immobile, which after 500 pounds plus is actually really hard to do. So, unless you're pretty young.
Bertha Biscuit Boyle says if she washed once a week, she would be in better shape. Yeah, but that requires way too much work, Bertha. Thank you for the super chat, hun. Morning on Mars. Hello. Genuinely wondering if Juicy Boyle Soro has cut off the blood supply to her head at this point. Right, girl? You would think so. Morning on Mars. Thank you for the super chat.
Which, yes, because young and still active go hand in hand, if you think about it. Do I find him a bit creepy?
Keyword here. Keyword that I think that definitely Chantel is just for whatever reason not putting emphasis on is that these women are very young. They're very young. Are they legal? Yes. But are they very young? Yes. That is very important going into this and what she's about to say.
Or do I find it a bit, I don't understand liking someone in their 20s. Like I personally find that even Salah's a bit young. Hi, Okie Pokey. But it's not illegal to be with someone who's 22. So, you know, but I find that, so basically he has this home and these big women come there. They feel good about themselves. You know, now I find there's like blurred boundaries. Like I find probably the biggest issue with all of these things going on that he's being accused of is not firm boundaries. Like, okay, I made notes because I don't want to forget what I'm going to say. One girl, I think it was Savvy, she came out and she was just like, I'm a survivor of Paradise. First of all, the survivor thing, I can't. Okay.
Do realize that people have passed away in that circle of people who were in that home, right? That's why they say that they are survivors of that home. Are you forgetting that? Because you even talk about this in your review of the documentary. There were people that actually passed away, cutie. That's why people say that they are survivors of that situation, because that's how dire that situation is, that some of these people passed away. Plump, hello. Sorry, I can't stay to listen to this. TikTok, cutie. It's only a matter of time. Plump, I understand. And thank you so much for the support, girl. I appreciate you.
Hey, Foodie fan. Hi, everybody, by the way. He's like 4. Yeah, he's, I don't know. I don't see how mature-wise an almost 50-year-old would want anything to do with a 20-year-old, but
Unbelievable. You don't understand why somebody, that a perversion part of it, put that to the side. Okay. Outside of that, you don't understand why somebody like Stefan would seek out younger people, Chantel, is because younger people, a lot of them just don't know no better. A lot of them can be manipulated a lot easier than, let's say, a 42-year-old woman. Do you understand? Is that just, it just doesn't register in your Funko brain exactly why that he would be interested in younger women outside, again, of just the perversion part of it? Half Pint, hello. Isn't this a woman who was manipulated by dishwasher? Exactly. This is the same. You should never just think about the fact that she, at least she says, whether or not she actually believes it, I don't know. Because how could anybody in their late 30s actually be told by somebody that the STD that they got was from the toilet? Just remember when she got gonorrhea of the throat, she was convinced because Nodder had told her so that she got that from a toilet. Don't listen to anything that she says. Half Pint, thank you for the super chat.
the only thing she really accused him of was touching her belly. And he was touching her belly. And what they said in the documentary,
isn't that crazy? Randomly Aja. So she has experience. You would think that somebody who has dealt with something similar. I mean, I understand that Chantel at the time was a minor, but still, this is your take on that when you've dealt with something similar is fucking insane. Thank you for being a member for 29 months, hon. Hey, Ruby Jules. Good to see you. Don't worry. We're just getting started.
Going by what's said in the documentary, Cupcake, okay? I don't just blindly follow people. I watch and then I make my own opinion. So after she told, I noticed this in the documentary. They said after she told him to say stop, he did. So he made you feel uncomfortable, but how is he supposed to know that unless you communicate that to him? So there again is like a blurred boundary problem. You know what I mean? I mean, these people were flirting, showing sexual pictures of each other behind even going to Paradise. So they would send Stefan sex videos, nude pictures, flirting together. So right then and there, that's going to create blurred boundaries.
Hey, Shelly Ray. She had a pretend 21-year-old hookup a few years ago. Love y'all and have a great weekend. You as well. That's true. So when Chantel was going through this whole situation with Dishwasher, she claims that she hooked up with somebody who was very young. I believe that was Big Turk, or was it somebody else? She made up so many different characters. I don't even remember who was who. But there was somebody that was a lot younger than Chantel, I believe early 20s, that she hooked up with. So Chantel, ma'am, you might want to rethink everything. Shelly Ray, thank you for the support, hun. No, I don't think it was Nick.
Or blurred lines, like confusion, you know? So
okay, Joanna Freedom says the 19-year-old Big Turk, and he confirmed she paid him. Yep, that you also paid for, Chantel. So is anybody shocked whose side she's actually taking right now?
That one person right there. I don't think he's guilty of anything with that savvy woman, honestly. Maybe she feels that way. I don't want to discount people's feelings, but...
Exactly. Agreed. Obesity Barbie. Nudes are not consent. Nudes are not consent, Chantel. That doesn't mean because you exchanged nude pictures with somebody that gives them the green light to touch your body. No, ma'am.
When you look at what he did, touching her belly, yeah, you're going to a place. She's like, well, if somebody touched my belly at work, that would be fucking sexual assault. Yeah, but Paradise is not a professional workplace, you fucking idiot. It's a place.
I'm pretty sure a lot of these girls, they were live streaming and making money doing this. Am I wrong about that? Mia Moore says being an adult is not the same as being fully mature. She's walking proof of this. Exactly. Wait, no, she's not. She's selling proof of this. That was a banger, girl. Thank you for the super chat and agreed 1,000,000%. Sassy Mama says consent equals verbal yes. Lack of a yes is a no. Exactly. And especially, you have to think about the fact that these women were so young and he's so much older than them. I don't know, bro. Read the room. Read the women and their body language. We weren't there to see all of that. So it's hard to really say exactly what was happening at that time. But if that person did not give you consent, that's all that matters. That's it. It stops there. Sassy Mama, thank you for the super chat, hun.
Where big women know that there's hot tub time. There's going to be sexual stuff going on. And actually, this savvy.
What? Ooh, I'm sorry. What? So there's a hot tub, a hot tub. You were expected to do sexual acts. Where do you get this shit from? What makes you assume that? That is so weird. Such a weird take.
Girl who's accusing having a problem with Stefan slapping a girl's butt went up and slapped Cass's ass and didn't get her consent. So it's okay for you as a woman to slap her ass, but it's not okay when Stefan does it, when you're all slapping each other's asses. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, so that was the one thing.
I don't know. Maybe they're friends and their relationship is different, Chantel. Did you ever consider that?
With the savvy thing, I just think that's just fucking bullshit.
There's hot tubs at the gym and nobody's having sex there. I mean, you go on vacation, a lot of times, like your Airbnb or whatever will have a hot tub. It doesn't always, sometimes, okay, maybe yes. Not always. Are you kidding me? Hello, Liz. All I'm hearing is notice me, Stefan. I defend you. I'll be on your side. Notice me, pick me, love me. I need the attention. I need validation. And don't forget the number one thing, Liz. I need to make my romance scammer jealous. Number one on the list. Liz, thank you so much for the support, honey. Good to see you. Dell, hello. This is the same woman who let dishwasher in the back door but regretted it and also called it grape. Yep. It sure is, Dell. And thank you for the super chat. Didn't want to say it, but there you have it. Bertha Biscuit Boyle says she always victim blames. Oh, not only does Chantel always victim blame, she will be the first person to be the biggest victim. She will be the first person upset because people won't believe her stories because she's a known fucking liar. You remember the story about the purse that we just heard recently? How Salah hit her in the face with the purse and how she made that such a big deal because she thought that they were going to break up forever and ever, and how much of a victim she wanted to be just in that situation. But yet she cannot defend other victims. That's so crazy. Bertha, thank you for the super chat, hun. Hello, Sunshine. No way. You lost your passport? I was wondering about you guys, but I got an extra week with my IV. Never lose your passport when traveling. Girl, how did you do that? It's a whole deal. I hope you're well. Love you, girl. Love you too. I'm so glad you got to see your love, though. At least there's that, Sunshine. Hopefully you get that all sorted. Traveling, leaving the country, and losing your passport. Girl, dare I say that's a Gunther move? Well, I can understand, though. You're preoccupied. Thank you for the super chat.
A slap on the ass, I don't know. And it made me actually realize, though, I've been assaulted many times. I like every single party I've been to. Girls touching my boobs. A guy smacking my ass. That's happened so many times. How many times has that happened to you going to a party? And probably wasn't right, but at the time you're just like, it's on HBO Max.
I don't know what you're trying to say here, Chantel. Let me see. How many times have I been essayed at parties? Zero. But good on you for downplaying other people who have. Ellie Welly says, Foodie logic. She was asking for it simply by being there. Exactly. Next, what was she wearing? Predator mindset. Fucking nailed it, Ellie. And thank you so much for the super chat.
Or on...
No, if a man came up, whether when I was a teenager or an adult and did that, yes, that would be assault. Abso-fucking-lutely. I have a young daughter. Pretty soon, when she gets older and she's a teenager, she's going to be out to these parties and doing things or going out with her friends. And yes, if a man or woman did that to her, absolutely assault. If my boys did that to a girl at a party, absolutely assault. If you touch somebody like that without their permission, yes. What are you talking about?
Are you in Canada or? So his baby mama, I think his baby mama, she's the black woman, right? The answer would be no, just because he asked, right?
You took notes. You watched all this. You tell us.
Anyway, she was in the hot tub one night with Stefan, and she was like, in her mind, oh, I hope he doesn't want sex tonight.
Here's the thing. Just because it doesn't bother you that somebody might do that to you at a party or whatever situation that you were in, doesn't mean that that's okay for other people. If you're willing to accept that behavior, Chantel, when you're out in public at a party or whatever the situation may be, that's on you if you allow that to happen and if you're okay with it. But if other people do not consent to that, yes, you can consider that assault. Absolutely.
So she said that she conveyed that to him.
Hey, MC, good to see you, girl. Hello, Zen. So what she is saying here is that she asked for what happened to her with Nodder because she drove to his house every time and kept going back. Foodie, hello. Are you reading this right here? All of that going back to dishwasher after all the crying and saying that he did all these horrible things to you. And you got so mad when people said, just stop going. Just stop going over there. And you were like, you don't understand. It's not that easy. You can't just walk away. And you were in your late 30s, but you were telling young women that they don't have the right to feel the way that they do about this situation that they're in right now. That is wild. Zen, thank you so much for the support.
And then he was kind of pushy about it, like, oh, come on, you don't want it tonight, you always want it. So then she, I guess, gave in. I don't know. Like, she wasn't really clear. She just said that they had sex. But
it sounds like to me he wore her down. He wore her down. You don't see the problem with that? Tap, tap, tap.
The answer would be no, just because he asked, right? Anyway.
Exactly, Flu Shoe. Why does it matter if she's black?
She was in the hot tub one night with Stefan, and she was like, in her mind, oh, I hope he doesn't want sex tonight. So she said that she conveyed that to him. And then he was kind of...
She told him no. She told him no, and he would not stop until she gave in. And you think that that's okay?
Pushy about it, like, oh, come on, you don't want it tonight, you always want it. So then she, I guess, gave in. I don't know. Like, she wasn't really clear. She just said that they had sex, but she didn't really...
I'm pretty sure it sounds like she gave in. Okay. Hey, Nori.
Feel like she wanted to, but she felt pressure to do it. I'm not, like, defending that, but that's a very fine line. How many of you have boyfriends or lovers or husbands that just always want sex? And sometimes you're like, oh, I have a headache. And then they're like, they'll like nibble on your ear or do something. And like, come on, you don't want it. And then you'll be like, all right, just get it over with. You know what I mean? Like, that just seems something like common.
We have to remember where we are and we don't want to get banned. Okay. I think you guys know exactly what I want to say. I'm just going to let it go.
I don't know. I think that's just like pretty normal.
You think that's pretty normal? You think that's okay? It's not okay. No means no. Whether you're in a relationship, whether you're married, it doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Sneakerhead. Oh, thank you, Sneakerhead, giving me some of that lawyer money, right? I don't know. I don't see that as like great, honestly. If she would have said a firm no, I don't want it, and then he still touched her, okay.
You just said that woman
wasn't really clear. She just said that they had sex, but she didn't. Oh, we know just because he asked, right? Anyway, she was in the hot tub one night with Stefan, and she was like, in her mind, oh, I hope he doesn't want sex tonight. So she said that she conveyed that to him, and then she
conveyed that to him, which means she told him no. Which means she told him no. Which means she told him no. Foodie
was kind of pushy about it, like, oh, come on, you don't want it tonight, you always want it. So then she, I guess, gave in. I don't know. Like, she wasn't really clear. She just said that they had sex, but she didn't really feel like she wanted to, but she felt pressure to do it. I'm not like defending that, but that's a very...
But you are. You absolutely are.
Fine line. How many of you have boyfriends or lovers or husbands that just always want sex? And sometimes you're like, oh, I have a headache. And then
you know why some women will give in to situations like this in a relationship, in a marriage, Chantel? Because a lot of times it comes down to different reasons, right? But for an example, like let's say the man is the primary caretaker where you might stay home and take care of the family and you're put in a situation and they're going out and they're going to work every day and they're paying the bills. So you get in a situation to where a lot of people will do it for peace, just because if you don't do it, the man will get angry and upset. Maybe even violence will occur. Like, you never know. Maybe it comes down to financial abuse. Like, there are lots of different reasons that a woman might say no to the man and then have to end up giving in because they don't want to deal with the bullshit that comes along with saying no to him. Do you understand when I say that you have no idea what it's like to have any kind of, we'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to get into that topic. Hey Girl Hey says people like Chantel enable grape culture. Exactly. Hey Girl. Like, she is so surface level when talking about things and not thinking about lots of different reasons for why women will say no, even in a marriage or relationship, and then having to give into that doesn't make it okay because you're dating that person or because you're in a marriage. She just, again, she's very surface level. Hey Girl Hey, thank you for being a member. Liz says, okay, this is upsetting me. Coercion is not consent. Pressure is not consent. Guilt tripping is not consent. Even if it's not yes, it's not consent. Exactly. And there have been cases with people who have been in marriages that a woman has filed charges on their husband for that exact reason. And do you think a judge is going to say, well, because you guys are married, there's nothing I see wrong here? No, that person will still go to jail. They could still get charged with that crime. Liz, thank you for the support, hun. This is my first chat, Yabba, but I'm sitting at work cursing and wanting to punch my screen. She is disgusting. She really is. Again, trigger warnings. I know I said that at the beginning, but you guys got to understand that she is absolutely vile and disgusting, and she hates women. Always remember, it is a fact. When we say that Chantel hates women, she hates women. She really does. I don't know if it's jealousy, if it's insecurity. I don't know what it is. And she's just proven our point even more. Rachel, thank you for the support, hon, and thank you for coming in. Casual Pasta says, I love it when her bad takes give away that she's never really had a normal relationship with a partner. Exactly. Not only that, but all of the I'm a victim and you don't know what it's like to be in a abusive relationship and those talks. And then when she talks about situations like that, it's almost as if she has no experience. And not that that's a bad thing. You wouldn't wish that on anybody. But for somebody who has said that they've been through so much, you sure as fuck can't tell. Casual Pasta, thank you for the support, hun. Ashley says, this is how you know she's never been in a healthy relationship. My husband knows me so well, he doesn't even need to ask me. He just knows when it's no. Exactly, Ashley. And that's how it should be. Thank you for the support, girl. Sorry, guys. Allergies are crazy. Is it Yuki Waffles? Chantel, thanks. You have to be the perfect victim for your story to be valid. All victims are valid, whether you have spoken up or not. Exactly, Waffles. And thank you for the support, hun. Mooncharge Dorito says, my mom was in what she called illegal prostitution with her third husband because of the way he financially abused her. It's a fucking thing. She's finally happy married, and I'm so happy for her, Mooncharge Dorito. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for the support, hun. It is a thing. And again, it can be lots of different reasons. Again, like I said, you could have somebody who gets really upset and angry when you say no, so you want to avoid any kind of conflict or, it could be, again, lots of different reasons. And Chantel never even fucking considers that. Maybe this woman was worried that, I don't know the situation between her and Stefan, if maybe Stefan was providing her opportunities as far as the Paradise House is concerned financially. And she was worried that, I don't know what's going to happen if I say no. Am I not going to be able to support myself? It could have been anything. Sunshine says, my Ivy has been a straight up gem, taking me to consulate and everything. I love him so much. Going strong for the first year. Congratulations to you all. That is amazing.
Good for you.
I love to see a good YouTube love story. Even though I've said it a million times, I still love it, girl. Sunshine, Sin Ivy, I love, girl. And thank you so much for the support. Zen says, while we are talking about this man, I won't wish death to him. So all I'm going to say is that I wish for those beautiful twins to get their inheritance soon. Zen, agreed. 1,000,000%, girl. And thank you for the support. I get what you're throwing down. Rhonda says she has no clue what a relationship really is. No, she doesn't. Rhonda, thank you for being a member for 35 months, hon. MC, hello. Just like Rosie, Cutie thinks the only valid victim is herself. And you know what? We didn't even play those clips, and we might circle back around to do that because Rosie is pulling the same bullshit, even though she's not on her channel openly defending Stefan. The fact that she wants to take away all of these stories in that documentary that we heard and make it about herself because she wants people to feel the same way about her that people are feeling for the girls of the Paradise House. So she sits on her toilet and she cries, and you guys don't know how. Fuck off, Rosie. It's not about you, girl. If it was about you, you would have had your moment in the documentary. And unfortunately for you, girl, you did not. MC, thank you for the super chat, girl.
Like, you know, they'll like nibble on your ear or do something and like, come on, you don't want it. And then they'll be like,
she was crying on the toilet.
but that's a very fine line. How many of you have boyfriends or lovers or husbands that just always want sex? And sometimes you're like, oh, I have a headache. And then they're like, you know, they'll like nibble on your ear.
Excuse me, sir, you have a hand. If we're not in the mood tonight, go use your fucking hand. Okay, leave me alone.
Do something and like, come on, you don't want it. And then they'll be like, all right, just get it over with. You know what I mean? Like that just seems something like common. I don't know. I think that's just like pretty normal.
What you're saying, Chantel, is just that you're just used to being a cum rag, and that's it. Like that's all it is for you, huh? Jessica says 50% of all women and 1 in 6 men are reported. I know many of you have been through this. Just know you are valid. You are worth it. I hope all of you find happiness. Yes, you are worth it, ladies and gentlemen. Shut up, cutie. Jessica, thank you so much for being a member for 42 months, girl. I appreciate you. Burnett, hello, girl. Is this Cal for real? No means no. I never used the word but for this, it applies. This is a heavy topic, so please protect your peace and everyone stay blessed. Foodie, please sit and spin on a broomstick. Oh, that was a fucking burner, Burnett. Thank you for being a member for 15 months, girl. Half Pint, hello. Panic at the Disco, crying on the toilet. Half Pint, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, hun. Hello, Yulia. Good to see you, girl. Too vile for me today, so I'm going to tap out. Love you all. Please be safe and take care of yourselves today. Yulia, I fully understand, girl, and thank you so much for the support.
Sneakerhead. Oh, thank you, Sneakerhead, giving me some of that lawyer money, right? I don't know. I don't see that as like great, honestly. If she would have said a firm no, I don't want it, and then he still touched her, okay.
You said that the girl said no. You said, so how many different ways does a woman need to tell a man no? And vice versa for it to be considered that. Are you fucking serious right now? Hello, Shelly Ray. See the message that she sends out to her audience, though? Imagine somebody who was going through a situation similar to what she's talking about right now, and them being like, okay, maybe this is how I'm supposed to respond. Maybe I'm supposed to tolerate this behavior from my partner. Do you understand why this is so vile and disgusting? Not just because these are Chantel's gross takes, but because she could be sending this message to other people in her community and make them think that that is okay when it's not. Hello, Shelly Ray. Here is to the best support group. We are all supporting victims and not being disgusting like Cutie. Exactly, Shelly girl. And thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you, hun. She deserves the life that she has. Exactly.
Then you can say that. What if you're like, oh, okay, giving in? Well, you know, like, I don't know. To me, that's just, and then, but not just that. She's saying that she's a victim, but she went back to the house after that and brought her kids there every day and then had a baby with him.
So this goes a lot deeper than, let's say, I don't know, a single woman, not even in a relationship with a man, that gets in her Kia, loads her 372-pound self up and drives back continuously. That person is a victim. But this woman who has kids with this man, it's normal. And she did it to herself. Right. Okay. You're making a lot of sense now, Cutie. Hello, Sweet. Good to see you. No one has ever loved her, and it's very obvious. Sweet, thank you for the support, hon. She went back, C. Morton. But let's talk about what she went back to. Did she go back to her child's father? Did she go back to her husband? Did she go back to her boyfriend? Answer no to all of those. No, no, no. This wasn't even her fucking boyfriend. But this woman had children with this man. Now, when Chantel used to sit there and say on her platform, you don't know what it's like, and, you know, women go back and they go back and they go back and they go back. Now, she had no fucking ties to that man whatsoever, but she has the nerve to sit here and say this about a woman who has children with this man. Wild. Foodie saggy diaper, hello. She's like a villainess, only loves food, but knows nothing about what she is talking about. Agreed, Foodie saggy diaper. And thank you so much for being a member for 3 months, girl. We appreciate you. Hello, Tamara. Her statements are supporting the fact again that she doesn't care about herself, women in general, or anyone's safety is priority. Married, single, in long-term relationships, no is a no, regardless of the situation. Exactly. But to me, the most insane part about this, her biggest thing was people was like, dude, you keep going back to dishwasher. Just stop going over there. And she was like, you're victim shaming me, blah, blah, blah. She wasn't even in a relationship with dishwasher. She wasn't even in a relationship. But now she's talking about and talking down on a woman who had children with this man who went back. It's completely different. Tamara, thank you for the support, hun. Liz says, oh, I'm so angry by this. This tells me she's never been a victim of anything. Agreed. Chantel, I hope you never know happiness or stability again. Screw you. Liz, thank you for the super chat, hun. Liz K says, this may be a hot take, but I think Chantel was a victim. She rationalizes it as love or being desired, never got it otherwise, and is attracted to those types. Doesn't want to face that it wasn't love. Seems too personal. I do believe the story about when Chantel was little, when she was younger, and she was, I think, like 15, 16 years old, and she was in that situation with that much older man. That I do believe, but I don't know that anything outside of that. And I know we've been told to just believe people, but when it comes to somebody like Chantel, I struggle with believing it. I just do, considering everything that I've seen. But I do believe the story about when she was a teenager. And I believe that because there were people in her real life that confirmed that it was actually true. And to be fair, that's the only reason. And that might sound harsh, but again, Chantel is a horrible person and she will lie about absolutely everything. Thank you for the super chat, hun. Wicked Crafter says, more offensive than 90% of YouTube. That was a banger, bitch. Thank you for the super chat.
No, hi, writer. No, Cass is the deceased one. She needed the support from a man she despises who's creepy. I don't know. Anyway, but I don't.
I say, Mama, that could be true. I have no idea. I really don't know. Olga says, if my partner and I were together for 99 years and I woke up on the 100th year and said, no, that's it. No questions. Women and men can refuse. No questions asked. And no matter your relationship with that person, whether you guys are dating, whether you guys are married, whether you guys are just fuck buddies, if you wake up one day and you decide that, no, I don't want it, it's that fucking simple. And if people would just accept that, if abuser would just accept that no means fucking no, we wouldn't be hearing stories like this. But unfortunately, the world is fucking cruel. Olga, thank you for the super chat, hun. In loving memory of Snow, I don't want to say it because I'm going to get it wrong. Hello, Badussi. Good to see you, girl. Hope you're doing well. Then Foodie V to go back and forth with dishwasher, but claims to be he hurt her. She fought for him and she ate the gray bandit for him. So she can't be a victim. That was my point exactly, Badussi. Good to see you, girl. And thank you so much for the support. Sunshine says, hey, yeah, I love you for this. Ivy and Sin forever. Love you guys, Sunshine. And thank you for being a member for 16 months, girl. Liz K, to clarify, was referring to that teen story, ran out of room. That is the only time. Yes. And I believe that happened. Shannon talked about that. She backed that story up. Liz, thank you so much for the support, hon. And I agree with you.
If she feels like she was pushed.
Andu, good to see you.
And doesn't feel good about that, I'm not going to discount her feelings, but that's just my thought, you know? I've submitted just to get my boyfriend out of my face. Yeah.
You just did. You just did that. What do you mean you're not going to discount her feelings? You just fucking did exactly that.
I don't know. Anyway, but I don't, if she feels like she was pushed and doesn't feel good about that, I'm not going to discount her feelings, but that's
You just did exactly that, cutie.
just my thought, you know? I've submitted just to get my boyfriend out of my face. Yeah. I mean, it's true. Just because it's common doesn't mean it's right? Hey, ass hair, I'm not taking.
You know what, Lauren? I think we all tend to forget what happened when she was drunk that night and when she tried to force herself on Pete's. Do you guys remember when that happened and he told her no?
taking Stefan's side and everything here. I see fault on both ends, by the way. I don't know if I'm like giving more of a vibe that I'm supporting, like, you know, I can see both sides in this situation. You know, I think that speaking of his ex Cass, she passed.
Let's talk about this for a second, Chantel. This is a 50-something-year-old man that is providing basically some kind of getaway, vacation, mansion for these women to come live in. Now, these women are very young, number one, morbidly obese, number two. So they're very insecure. Do you understand how this is predatory behavior, cutie? Are you not thinking about everything that is being put out there, all of the facts throughout this documentary? You're just glossing right over that.
Away. Now, this Piggy Stardust woman is so annoying. 10 team, baby? What do you mean? What happened? What does that mean, 10 team? What's that? Thank you, sneakerhead. Oh, you're 10. Oh, yes. Congratulations. Hey, ass hair, did I say hi to you? So, like, this Piggy Stardust woman is blaming. These women are saying that if Cass had never gone to Paradise, she'd probably be alive today. Just because what it did. Yeah, Piggy Stardust. The name is kind of cool. What they did to her mental health. And it's just like, you went on TikTok bullying Cass. You're probably just as responsible if you want to point fingers.
I think it's a completely different situation, cutie. I don't think you can compare the two, but okay.
Shay did, yeah. So, shut up, okay? I can't stand her, sorry. Cass, blaming Stefan for these women being adults and having free will to do what the fuck they want is just absolutely.
Shell Vicious, hello. She is so smug for someone with a reoccurring boil due to poor hygiene and leaves wet shit stains everywhere. She's mad because even the lowest of lows wouldn't touch her nasty ass. Love you too, Shell. Very well said. And thank you for being a member for 20 months. Chantel, you know what's so crazy about you sitting here and defending all of this is that you are the same as a lot of these women. You've been overweight your entire life. You know what it's like. You had to settle for Pete's because nobody would wife you up. You made fun of Pete's. You were desperate for a boyfriend. You were tired of being the third wheel. So you settled for Pete's just to have somebody to claim you and be in a relationship with. And you treated him like a dog throughout that entire relationship. So with that being said, how you should know what it's like for these women, especially at their size and at their age, for them to be persuaded into this lifestyle of making it look like it, glorifying what their body looks like, glorifying all of the issues that they have. You of all people should be able to understand how fucking wrong and predatory that is.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Vulnerable people, they were a target for a reason.
Me. Hey, alien. Yeah, right, Melly. And first of all, Cass.
Zen says, so Foodie considers calling someone defending an abuser bullying, then sorry, people, but I'm a bully too. Exactly, Zen. Very well said. And thank you so much for the support. Modest Moose Knuckles says Chantel is a predator and an abuser. It is why she can defend predatory behavior. She can relate. Agreed 1,000,000%, Moose. And thank you so much for the super chat, girl.
Left Paradise, did feed her content on her own, and gained 100 pounds when she was not at Paradise. And then when she, you know what I mean? Like when she went back, she was 100 pounds heavier. You're going to blame Stefan for that? Like, nah, the women who go to Paradise are not thin when they go there. They're fat when they go there. And if they gain weight, that's not on anyone but themselves. Sorry. Thank you for the gift. Thank you, Marsha. No, seriously, I'm sorry, but They're making him sound like Epstein level. I don't get that vibe from him at all. I wasn't there. I wasn't interacting with him, personally. So I don't like to say, but
It seems very relatable to me.
blaming her for that is ridiculous. Then this one girl, Heather, who was like she was his wingman. She like defended him, everything. You know what made her actually turn on him is so ridiculous. Is one night, I think it was Paola, invited a whole bunch of men from Tinder over. They wanted to hoe it up. Hey, Island Dragonfly. So Heather was in the pool. This one man from Tinder.
Did you hear what she just said? These girls wanted to hoe it up.
You know what made her actually turn on him is so ridiculous. Is one night, I think it was Paola, invited a whole bunch of men from Tinder over. They wanted to hoe it up. Hey, Island Dragonfly. So Heather was in the pool. This
Lord Almighty.
one man from Tinder and Stefan wasn't around to see this, tries to get with her, touch her. She said no. They get into the hot tub. And before she knows it, like a woman was groping her. Then she noticed the woman was gone, and then she felt like she was being fingered. And it was this guy that tried to touch her before from Tinder. And she got out of the pool. Nothing to do, like Stefan wasn't there. So she goes and she tells Stefan the next day what happened. And he said, oh, wow, I'm sorry that happened to you. And she turned on Stefan. Like she felt like he wasn't getting outraged.
Who wouldn't turn on him after she told that situation of what happened to her and he didn't come to her defense and act like it was a big deal, just downplayed it like it was okay. I mean, that makes sense to me why somebody would turn on somebody like that. Absolutely. Like I have no problem understanding why that woman turned on him after that situation. In his house. Exactly, Sassy Mama. Ellie Welly says Stefan made money making corn of these women. Exactly. Like there's so much more to it that she's leaving out. It's crazy. Ellie, thank you for the support, hun. Hello, Daily. Good to see you. Middle of the night, so replay gang for me. I just want to stop in and say hi to Yabba and Sham in the support group. Love, I may never recover from how many times I've heard Pussy Boil this week. She deserves it all. There's nobody that is more deserving of a raging, infected Pussy Boil than Chantel, especially after this display. Daily, good to see you, hon, and thank you for coming in and thank you for being a member for 44 months. Appreciate you, girl. Kuro, hello. I think I can talk for most vulnerable young women when I say we put ourselves in danger to feel like we belong somewhere. Exactly. She hasn't grown to recognize the men are wrong, and she never will. She never will. Thank you for saying that, girl, and thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. Hello, Flu Shoe. Gained tons of weight according to the guilty parties. Right, but Lord forbid we say she's an LB over 365. Felicia, thank you for being a member for 27 months, son.
Enough about what happened. Like, what is he supposed to do? Like, it's just fucking ridiculous.
What is he supposed to do? That's a really dumb question. A lot more than what he did. We'll leave it at that. A lot more than what he did. Hello, Mooncharge Dorito again. Says she doesn't understand the big age gap thing. Foodie, what did you call that minor on Omegle? We didn't forget that. Holy shit, girl. Mooncharge, thank you for the super chat.
I don't know. I think that's just so stupid. Like, there was this one woman, Alex. She went there. She got really drunk, but not blackout drunk to the point where she,
Oh, not blackout drunk. Thank you for drunk. Thank you for clarifying that, Chantel. Shell says, I keep saying she's the worst of the girls. Her heart and soul are black. She's just abusive herself. If she were male, everyone would say she is dangerous. Oh, I agree with that 1,000,000%. That's not the first time that's been said. Shell agreed, and thank you for the super chat, hun. What else, Chantel? We are 16 minutes into the stream, and it has been so vile and so bad. What next? Something with alcohol related? Let's hear what you got, girl.
So stupid. Like, there was this one woman, Alex. She went there. She got really drunk, but not blackout drunk to the point where she,
No, go ahead. Finish. To the point of what? You just said you know. No, we don't know. Explain. Hello, Missy. It took me years to leave my ex. I waited until our children were grown and out of the house. This fool is clueless. She has no fucking idea. And that's why so many people who have been through abusive relationships really fucking hate Chantel for her takes on all of things when it comes to abuse and victim shaming and everything involved in that, because it's always so freaking bad. The wrong Missy, I'm so glad you finally got out, hun. And thank you so much for the support. Fumos says, disgusting. Just fucking disgusting. Fumos, agreed. And thank you for the support, hun.
She goes to the hot tub. She willingly went into the hot tub. And Stefan had sex with her. She didn't say no. She was drunk, but not passed out drunk. She wasn't incoherent, okay? If you're having sex with someone who's incoherent, whatever. The next day, she said...
So let me get this straight. You're saying that the woman wasn't drunk enough to consider it grape? Is that what you're saying, cutie? How do you know? How do you know? There's levels to this shit. Like, you could be really, really freaking drunk and not black out drunk, but still drunk enough not to make good decisions, where especially where a partner should not be taking advantage of you, or just some random person in that state. What the fuck are you saying? Cosmopolitan, hello. She's mad at those women are gorgeous, even while fat. Exactly. She blames everything on weight. Those women were clean, standing while cooking, luscious hair. Dude, that was the very first thing I noticed. I agree 1,000,000%. And thank you so much for the support. Woo! All right, guys, let's hit the play.
There was this one woman, Alex. She went there. She got really drunk, but not blackout drunk to the point where she,
I have a feeling, cutie, dare I say, that this is not going to end well for you. You are going after all of these victims on your Kick platform. You are putting a fucking target right on your back. Just so you know.
She goes to the hot tub. She willingly went into the hot tub. And Stefan had sex with her. She didn't say no. She was drunk, but not passed out drunk. She wasn't incoherent, okay? If you're having sex with someone who's incoherent.
Imagine saying somebody is drunk and saying behind that they willingly went to the hot tub. Like, those two things do not go together. Fondue says she willingly went to dishwasher and DD. So she just said her claim against them aren't valid, right? Suffer with your pussy boils, bitch. Fondue, exactly. And thank you for the super chat, hun.
Whatever. The next day, she said she felt a certain way about it. She was really sad about it. And
so this woman who was drunk, not blackout drunk, but drunk enough, right? End up having sex with someone, and then the next day had a lot of thoughts about that. And Chantel has a problem with that. Manda, hello. How can you be drunk and not incoherent? Really curious. Someone clearly missed their calling in victim support. Sit down and shut the fuck up. Exactly, Manda. Thank you for the super chat, hun. Hello, Porcosaurus. Chantel being vile isn't surprising, but still, every time, even when it comes to her hygiene, her eating, I'm still shocked by the things that Chantel says and does on her platform, especially like naming these people by their name and talking about the shit that they went through in such a vile way. Good luck with that, girl. Good luck.
In the documentary, she goes, so then Stefan takes me to the pool and he proceeds to have sex with me. You didn't say no, Alex. How the fuck is he supposed to know you don't want sex if you don't say no? Like,
I don't know. Maybe the 52-year-old man, or however old he was, shouldn't have had sex with a woman who was shitty drunk in the hot tub. Maybe he should have waited until she was completely sober. Did you ever think of that? So you wouldn't have any problem there, to make sure she was in her right mind and she wanted that to happen. Cutie, are you okay?
Way about it. She was really sad about it. And she in the documentary, she goes, so then Stefan takes me to the pool and he proceeds to have sex with me. You didn't say no, Alex. How the fuck is he supposed to know you don't want sex if you don't say no? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they make it sound like, I don't know. No, we don't know what you mean, ma'am. We don't.
Alana says Cuba Rage wasn't her fault because she was drunk. Remember all those racist, nasty things you said during the Cuba Rage and then blamed it on alcohol? You weren't blackout drunk when you said all those things. So what does that mean, cutie? It's okay. Your situations are completely different. Hey, babe, this is one worth catching up on. I think you shouldn't miss it. But you were willing to sit here and shame people in their stories when you claim to be the victim of similar situations. That is insanity. Alana, thank you for the support, hun. Hello, Evil Angel. Drunk people can't consent. Exactly. And thank you for the super chat. Very well said. Hey, Tattoo My Toes. I seen you in chat. Wicked Crafter says, even slightly impaired, there cannot be consent under the law. I bet if this happened to you, it'd be a completely different story, wouldn't it, cutie? Would you want people saying that about you if that happened to you? I just watched. She said no. He coerced her. She's just lying. Exactly, Cosmopolitan. And thank you for the super chat.
She willingly had sex with him. It doesn't matter if they're easy to take advantage of. Like, you
What? I'm sorry. Come again?
You didn't say no, Alex. How the fuck is he supposed to know you don't want sex if you don't say no?
Hold on.
The next day, she said she felt a certain way about it. She was really sad about it. And she in the documentary, she goes, so then Stefan takes me to the pool and he proceeds to have sex with me. You didn't say no, Alex. How the fuck is he supposed to know you don't want sex if you don't say no? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they make it sound like, I don't know, she willingly had sex with him. It doesn't matter if they're easy to take advantage of.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you okay? I think the boil juice has went to your brain and infected it really bad. You might want to talk to the doctor about that. Put that on the list of things that you plan on talking and addressing with your doctor. That should be at the top of your list with an asterisk next to it and highlight it, because I'm pretty sure the infection has traveled up to your brain. But I'm wrong about that, aren't I? Because this is just who you truly are. This is one of those moments where you are showing your true colors, girl. Hey, Fauntleroy. Lil Birdie, hello. Hey, I had to tap back to the beginning, but just listening to her makes me so mad. She is helping the cause. She is helping the cause to survivors, not speaking up. Just gross. Chantel is a prime example of why people don't come forward with things that happen to them. That's disgusting. You're just sick, Chantel. You really are. Low Birdie, thank you so much for the support, hon. I appreciate you. Bertha Biscuit Boyle says, were you there, cutie? Shut the fuck up and spin. Exactly, Bertha. Thank you for the support, hun. Dorky Shitstain says she's a vile, degenerate, disgusting. I agree 1,000,000%, Dorky. And thank you so much for the support, hun. Liz says, I'm going to excuse myself after this. Chantel, by your same argument, dishwasher then never touched you. You never said no or stop. Whoa, I'm raging. Girl, I think everybody is. Liz, I get it, girl. And thank you for the super chat. Who says something like that with their whole chest, recording it publicly on a fucking live stream?
Like, you know, I don't
know. We don't know. For the millionth time, we don't fucking know. Missy says, rules for thee, but not for me. Exactly, girl. Thank you for the support, hon. Wicked Crafter says, until you had it until you assumed she has a brain. Wicked Crafter, exactly. Thank you for the super chat, hon.
know. How are they easy to take advantage of? Because they're fat?
Yes. And they're young. Yes. They're vulnerable. Yes. I mean, we could go one and one, Chantel.
How?
In this instance, the woman was drunk. She was drunk. You said it. You said it before you told the story. She was drunk. That right there being the number one reason.
They're consenting adults, K-May. They're legal consenting adults. Okay, because they're young, so what? What is he doing that's illegal, though?
See, cutie, you might want to not do that. You might not want to do that.
I don't know. Maybe it makes him a creep, but it doesn't make him a fucking rapist. Okay, so that's where you're crossing, you know what I mean? You're getting the lines blurred.
This sounds a lot like the time she said when a child molester does their time, that they should be given grace and left alone when living in communities. Remember when she said that? Very similar to that situation.
Transactional sex can be a bad thing. I don't know. I think it's just overblown, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, they're addicts. Okay. They're with free will.
Exactly, Bebop. She defends Salah's grapey ways. Exactly.
Whose butt? What? Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. What? Whose food goes in whose butt? Whatever, Black Hoodie, blah blah. I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know what? I don't disagree with that. Who said that? Joanna Freedom says she preys on vulnerable men. Yep. So she too has no problem defending the person that she's defending because she is much like that person.
You know what I mean?
They're very similar.
Happy joys. Addicts have to have.
Remember this, cutie? Remember this when you said it to your romance scammer?
You think your life will be so much better struggling here with 500 kids and no money. Okay, good luck.
You're the same. Wicked Crafter says it's better to remain silent and be a thought a fool than to speak up and remove all doubt. Damn, Wicked Crafter. Yes, girl. And thank you for the support, hon. Ugh, God, she's so gross. Mia says she keeps saying they're legal consenting adults, except they didn't consent. Exactly. She's leaving that part out on purpose. Mia, thank you for the support, hon.
They don't have free will.
Defending her people. Exactly.
Are you gonna say that McDonald's is immoral? Like, are you gonna like?
You mean like the statement she made? Oh, I don't know. What did she say? Who wants a green card? Yep.
Condemn every friggin' corporation on the friggin' planet then for selling people junk food?
Comparing McDonald's and junk food to somebody not giving consent to someone after they were drunk and felt like they were taken advantage of, raped in a hot tub is fucking next level, cutie.
Yeah, they definitely wanted a place to feel loved and accepted. I think feederism is gross, and honestly, I don't like my views. I don't feel like there's anything positive about obesity, quite frankly. Like, really, I don't. Oh, fuck out of here, Black Hoodie. Desperate how? I ain't fucking desperate, bitch. Go fuck yourself.
Yes, you are, ma'am. You are the actual definition of desperate. Sassy Cat says, has Chins forgotten Stefan kept young girls on the hook until they became of age? That is predatory and grooming. Sassy Cat, very well said. And thank you for the super chat, hun.
The fuck does that have to do with me? Your comment doesn't even make sense. Go learn how to form a fucking proper thought and then come back here, motherfucker.
Touchy subject, isn't it, Chantel?
Rosie, I know she was as a feeder
Doesn't like to be seen as desperate.
expert, like, you know, full figured and like, well, that's what he's so like. I feel like Stefan is out of touch because he's like, you know, in one breath he's like, I like women who are over 500 pounds but not too unhealthy. What do you think is going to happen if women are over? There's no healthy 500 pounds. I don't give a shit.
He wants them before they get too sick, Chantel. What is it that you're not understanding? Young and 500 pounds more than likely means they got a little bit of time. That's in their prime, if you will.
You think otherwise? I don't care if women come on here and cry. Like, I'm, you know, because I'm very unhealthy at my size, you know?
And you're also 42 years old.
And you don't see any 500-pound 80-year-old. It's not very usual unless they gain the weight late in life. I don't know. Statistically, you're not going to live very long. Sorry, but it's true. And I'm not flexing. I have no problem getting a man, and I don't need to prove that to anyone. So go fuck yourself, Black Hoodie.
Wait. So you're willing to prove that you went to the ER, you're willing to show your bracelet, your prescription medication, but you're not willing to prove that you have no issues getting a man? That's interesting.
Seriously. I don't think that's true, K-May. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. I think he actually.
Fondue says, as a DVSA victim and advocate, I have to excuse myself for my sanity. I would be back to shred this cunt tomorrow. This whole rage was a distraction from another failed diet attempt and fight with Sala. Exactly, Fondue. Understand, and I will see you tomorrow, hun. And thank you so much for the support. Hang in there. You got this, girl.
Really cares for the women that he comes across. I think he's just a fat admirer. I don't even necessarily find him to be like a feeder, like really at all. I think
You missed the part where he took the girls to the heart attack grill or whatever it's called. Did you miss that part? You missed a lot, I feel like.
you know,
It's almost as if we didn't watch the same documentary series. It's almost as if we didn't watch the same thing. And you're claiming that you did.
maybe like he doesn't sit there and want to like force feed women and stuff. I don't see that way at all. Yeah, I don't even know. Like she had the nerve. He has a fetish. Yeah, I don't think he's like, I'm gonna take advantage of these people. Like I don't feel that way. I know when he said he didn't consent to having a woman having his kid, like that doesn't work that way, buddy.
Lindsay says she missed the part where he encouraged them and introduced them to feeder sites. Exactly, Lindsay.
Yeah. But he is right. Like I guess when he said men don't have a choice, and it's true, they don't. So, and I mean, nor should they. It should be the women's choice. But I mean, it's true. It's factual. They don't. He doesn't have a choice, and at least he acknowledged that. I don't think you find the food aspect of it. The food for a feeder, the food part also makes you horny. But for him, I think he's just a fat admirer. He likes fat women. That's what I get. You know.
I think it's a lot deeper than that, Chantal. Again, we didn't watch the same show. Cosmopolitan, hello. Of course, she's mad. He won't take a sick uggo like her. Exactly, girl. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, he can get snipped. Why doesn't he? Hey, Manic Cycles. Yeah. Heart attack real closed? Really? Yeah, Krista, I was.
Exactly. It's a fetish.
Do you, Melinda? Emily.
Barta says, don't forget the only way she could pay for fake love was search the entire world. She's jealous. She's not had an invite. Oh, I'm furious. Barta, exactly. Listen, do you think that right now, if Chantal could go out and find any man that she wanted, that she would entertain the likes of Salah living in Syria and suffering with thinking about him fucking his cousin every single day? Are you kidding me? She'd have a man in that apartment so fast, but she knows she can't. She knows she can't, so she sticks with the only thing that she can get, which is desperate fucking broken. That's it. Bertha, thank you for the support, hon.
Whenever Rosie was like talking about Zio and like,
why do you think when Chantal needs to make Salah jealous, that the only person that she can use to make him jealous is Peter? Remember that time they get into an argument and she went and picked him up and she got the rental car and they did that live stream or whatever? That was all to make Salah mad and make him jealous. And immediately she took the live stream down. And when she tried to talk about talking to other men, she made that shit up when she was like, oh yeah, well, I'm already talking to that guy on TikTok behind your back. None of that was fucking true. So tell us again how it's so easy for you to get a man, Chantal. Please tell us more.
like low-key, like she's doing mukbangs from her rehab bed. Ma'am, you're like her size. Where do you come off judging? Like, excuse me. You know? She seems very controlling and manipulative with her family. Her parents left. What do you mean? It needs 7 more parts? She's just one accident away from ending up in rehab as well. Right. Oh, they moved out? Norway. A Gore World documentary, imagine. It was just getting good. She screams at her brother. Is her brother skinny? I'm just curious. How does Stefan stay skinny? He's always eating junk and friggin' eating a ton of food. There's 3 episodes.
It's almost as if she has the hots for the Stefan guy.
Writer. Norwegia. No, but he isn't like her. What if he likes girls with beards? Hey, ethical. Well, there's a question of morality, like, you know, that obesity is deadly, and he's got this place kind of glorifying it, because he, you know, he loves it. He advertises he loves it.
You don't see the problem, and these are young women we're talking about. You don't see the problem with an older man, 30 years older than them, glorifying something that is obviously going to take these ladies out. You don't see the problem there. Okay.
He's against being thin, but at the same time,
that was your daughter, cutie. What if that was your young 20-something-year-old daughter? Would you feel the same? Would you really feel the same?
I never ever, from the hours I've watched of Paradise before on TikTok, I've never seen him encourage anyone to eat anything. It's always the women going there celebrating.
You just said in the same breath that he's glorifying this shit. But now you're saying that I don't see him encouraging them to eat anything when they come here. Make up your fucking mind. Minnie Mew, hello, showing how stupid she is with this take. Exactly. It's not just stupid, how much of a fucking degenerate she is. Thank you for being a member for 10 months, hon.
Like, hey, it's like they go there like already themselves, and it's somewhere they can just magnify that. Do you know what I mean? Like, hey, we can go here and eat.
Exactly. Do you understand the problem there? Again, these are younger women.
Whatever, stuff ourselves, whatever they want. And a lot of them have feederism. They do feederism for a job.
And yes, that makes a big difference. Not that it takes away, like if it was, it does, right? Like if these women were in their 30s and 40s, would it still be bad? Absolutely. But the fact that they're in their early 20s makes it so much fucking worse. It makes it so much worse, at least in my opinion.
How are you going to blame Stefan, you know? Like, don't hate the player, hate the game is exactly made for the situations like this.
I didn't hear her say that before. Oh my God.
They do feederism for a job. So how are you gonna blame Stefan, you know? Like, don't hate the player, hate the game is exactly made for the situations like this.
Sick fuck. Absolute sick fuck.
He's always eating canes. It's so true. Sorry, Happy.
Apply that to Salah. You could apply that to dishwasher. Very true.
AI deleted that. Whitney the Palmer makes very unflattering. Oh, I don't care. I think it's sexy when a dude asks for written consent for each individual.
I feel like that Foodie would definitely fall into the role of being somebody like that's partner, like not in a romantic type of way, but go into like talking to girls like in their vulnerable situations, encouraging them to come in that situation. I could totally see her doing something like that. Hello, Kumquat. Good to see you. She's always been a DV and a PDF apologist. Such a sicko. Exactly. Nothing has changed. Nothing. And it's so funny because it was like not even like a week ago that she had talked about how she had changed her views. And she was talking about that time that she said that PDFs need to be left alone. I don't feel like that anymore. My thoughts about, no, they haven't. You still feel the same. Kumquat, thank you for the support, hun.
I've never seen, like, I don't know, maybe we need to start getting to that point, but for someone to be like, may I touch your ass? I think it's sexy when a dude asks for written consent for each individual. I've never seen, like, I don't know, maybe we need to start getting to that point, but for someone to be like, may I touch your ass?
We've been there for like a long time at this point. We've been there. We've been there. It's a law. It's against the law to go up and touch somebody's ass. We've been there. What the fuck are you talking about, you weirdo? Ellie says Chantel would recruit. Yes, exactly. That was my point. Ellie, thank you for the support, hun. Wicked Crafter says he's a collector, not a player. Stop. Not so different from Cutie. Ooh, exactly, Wicked Crafter. And thank you for the super chat, hun. Cosmopolitan says, This is why Chantel was a bully. Can't handle other women getting attention, even negative. She thought she'd be with a rich, chubby lover. Instead, Sala. Exactly. Cosmopolitan, thank you for the support, hun.
Yeah, it is he said, she said, but at the same time, based on what their stories were in
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
the documentary, I mean, especially Savvy, he touched my belly and I felt like crying. Okay, you felt violated him touching your stomach, but you need to set your boundaries, girl. Like, you need to, like, you once you said no, he went away. So what's the problem?
Kyle says, giving all of you wonderful women and men of the support group love and support. Y'all are so strong and deserve only the best. Thank you for that, Kyle. Very well said. And thank you for the support, hun.
Like, for her to be so vehemently angry with him over that is weird. I love belly rubs. Like, for a big woman who's sexualized, it could be like touching your boobs, right? Because Stefan's boobs is a belly. He loves bellies, right? So I always considered women smarter than men. That is why I'm shocked a young girl would want to put themselves in such a freaky situation like that. I could see why it would be appealing, because honestly, if I wasn't Muslim, I wasn't married, I probably would have gone there. Like, really, honestly, I would have probably wanted to have fun. You find a sisterhood and
MC, I don't disagree with that. MC says Chantel was actively on Tinder looking for women for dishwasher. Exactly. Hello, the real Melvis. She would be the, yes, exactly. I don't want to say it. I'm not trying to get flagged. I probably already did. Of the fatty feeder community. Melvis, thank you for the support and agreed 1,000,000%.
other big women. But it's a place where they would always all be having sex with each other, touching each other. The boundaries are not clear. You have women smacking each other's asses. You have some women not caring if Stefan smacks their ass.
I don't think that Cutie's even aware. Like, if there are people actively involved with doing like corn, if you will. I hate to call it that, but we're trying our hardest over here. And they go to a house where things like that are going to be filmed and you're going to be around other people who are making that kind of content. That's not a free for all for everybody to do whatever the fuck they want to do. She's really clueless when it comes to anything. Like, there are rules in place even for situations like that. Hello, Desi. I believe Peter doesn't want any real connection these days because she since has been home. She is reckless, lying out of her skull to no end. Peter, stay away. Desi's mama, I wouldn't be surprised. And thank you for the super chat, hun.
You know, so I don't think he meant to be like predatory with smacking a woman's ass, because from what I've gathered, anytime he's been told not to do it, he stops. Like, so otherwise, how is he supposed to just?
I just feel like that Chantel thinks because women and men work in a certain type of field that it's a free for all and there are no rules involved, when that's the furthest thing from the freaking truth.
Fucking psychic. I wouldn't have been the queen. I don't feel like being the queen of Girl World, honestly, but I can't watch her. Like, I don't think it's any fun if she's not willing to play with her or anything. Who, Scrape? Who are we talking about? They went to a predatory place. You think it's predatory? I don't get that vibe from Paradise. She took off her bikini and got naked in the pool, and then afterwards got upset over him touching her belly. And the boundaries are not clear. That's what I'm saying. There's a problem with boundaries, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty good. Are they going to make more episodes? Oh, Rosie. With Hefner, Strix Moon. Yeah, the fat women. I know, Dill. I think so too.
Well, that's the thing, though. She does think that a man can basically do whatever he wants, except when it comes to her. And except it's only a problem when that man does something that she doesn't like. And we're not talking about in that actual situation or scenario. That doesn't become a problem until maybe she catches some cheating or whatever else. Then it's a problem, and it only applies to her. Hey, Wicked Weird Wednesday.
Like Muslim countries, right, Marsha? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's very different in the Middle East than here. Different everything. He didn't like the comparison. That's why we don't go outside. It's 3 episodes. I don't know if they're going to make more. They probably won't.
Hey, Sky.
Oh, he didn't want to be a Hefner. I feel like he doesn't like. I feel like he's not intentional with hurting people. That's like the vibe I get. But I've never been like one-on-one with him, so you can't really get the creep factor unless you've been in that situation. And I don't like discounting people's stories, but some of them just seem like very far-fetched and bullshit, in my opinion. Some no, like the tampon thing was weird, but that's, yeah, he's saying, oh, I would never do that, you know. But why would she make that up, you know? Like, I like to give her the benefit of the doubt in the situation. I'm like, no.
Thank God, finally.
not defending everything he's done, but it's just like, no, I'm not being defensive. It's just that I'm just being objective. Like I don't know any of these people. I like them all equally. I don't know them. You know, I think what happened to that cast girl is so sad. She was so beautiful, like very lost person, you know? And she was only 29. Escaping Wisconsin. I'm being objective. Like I watched the whole thing and that's my observations. Internet.
You know what? To be fair, I'm not mad that she shared that. I'm not mad that she shared that at all, because if her community didn't know, if there are new people over there, they do now.
Induced, yeah. Right, ethical, yeah, true.
I hope that those victims of that show come after her ass hardcore.
The tampon thing. Basically, he was oh no, Lavisa. He was being sexual with one of the women, and she said all of a sudden she felt something in her, and he was like, "Oh, it's okay, it's just a kiddie treat." And then she got an allergic reaction to whatever it was. She thought it was lube, and she went to the hospital. It was an allergic reaction. It was spermicide. He like put spermicide inside of her. She said allegedly without her knowing. And he is saying allegedly that he would never do that. That how would he get inside somebody without them like really knowing and all this and that? Like how could he do something to somebody without them knowing about it? Those are the two. Those are what each of them are saying. He said he always talks.
Hello, Kimmy Jade. So thankful for this group and how we show support. Me too, girl. And thank you for the super chat, hun.
Tells them first out it, yeah. Why? I mean, why not?
I've never heard of anything like that. When I was listening in Charlie's Discord, I was like, what the fuck? Like, people are disgusting, sick.
But why not just
Again, that's the man. That's the same man that she's defending throughout this entire stream.
say I'm gonna put spermicide? Oh, maybe because you know what I do. Hey, ding dong. I do tend the woman is more credible, especially because his reaction to getting his baby mama pregnant and having the babies. He seems like that would be something that would be like has to happen. Like he's so paranoid about getting them pregnant, so he would be that type of person. Like I'm just gonna.
You know how you can prevent pregnancy? Don't have sex. How about that? How about don't even risk it even going in with the condom. Just don't do it. That's a choice.
It's a non-negotiable. Yeah, she was allergic to it. Maybe he doesn't want to ruin the mood. I don't know.
Hey, Timothy, Chantel, your opinion is shit. Yes, it is, girl. And thank you for being a member for 23 months, hon.
Overall, I don't get any positive vibes from Paradise, actually. I mean, there's been 2 deaths, I think. 2 deaths, and Xiomara's been in rehab for a long time. And I don't blame Paradise for that, but it's also a place that promotes that lifestyle. And
Are you reading chat, Chantel? Are you starting to walk back with some of the things that you were saying? That's what it sounds like to me.
Jill, he sounds like a creep.
Exactly, Digital 33K. Even if someone is naked, you don't touch them without consent, Chantel. Yep, exactly. And thank you so much for the support, hun. I miss you too, babe. Wicked Crafter says she expressed the darker the bruises, the deeper the love until he said no more. Yes, Wicked Crafter, exactly. And thank you so much for the support, hun.
I don't know. Yeah, I think he didn't want those children, that's for sure. And like that's sad because even to this day he doesn't have anything to do with his babies, so what the hell are you all watching? Escaping Paradise. Yeah, that is definitely gross.
Morning on Mars says if she had kids, she'd be jealous of a daughter and her son would be a monster. Absolutely, 1,000,000%. That's why we always say to Chantel, if that was true and Peter did get her pregnant, not once, but twice, it's the best thing that she did. Thank you for the super chat, hun. Sassy Cat says Muslim Chantel defends Stefan the same way that she defended Scat Boy for his vile language towards Cabela. She is sick. All of those things that she said after that shit came out, It backs up exactly what she said then. She's the same fucking person. Sassy Cat, thank you for the super chat, hun.
Attitude towards that. Even joke. Well, he says he's joking, but I don't think so. There's no proof that he purposely, like, he hid drugs and he hid Plan B inside of her drink. The children. I hope he's paying hefty child support. I hope his baby mama goes after his ass for that. He has to pay for the second seat. Dill. No, I think he should have been like, do you mind if I put some friggin' spermicide? I think he should have told her. Who's getting arrested? He's not charged with anything.
Exactly, Butter Crumpet. And you definitely don't put things in their pussy without consent. Agreed.
Cat is another name for vagina, yeah.
Memphis says it's a law paying ham support, Chantel. According to her, he is.
Yeah, I can see what you mean, Jill. A go real. Banana purse. He talks to MFW on the regular. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
I don't like
that tracks. You, MFW, defending somebody like that. That sounds about right for sure.
Katie at all. I think she's a fucking racist. That's my main problem with her.
No, your main problem with Katie is that she talks shit about you being fat. That's your main problem with her. If it hadn't been for that, you'd be more than willing to look past the racist shit that she says on her platforms. K Buns, hello. Kim must be so proud of her cutie. Talk about fucking humiliation. Could you imagine this being your kid saying this shit, not only in private, but publicly out loud for other people to hear? Like, wow, bro. Thank you for being a member for 43 months, hon.
Spermicide is a form of contraception. So, do you guys think it's the same thing if he put on a condom without asking her?
No.
Because condoms are
absolutely is not. It is not the same thing. No, ma'am.
Covered in spermicide. So, if he put on a condom without telling her, do you think that would be the same situation?
No.
It's on
Boy, it sounds like you were almost ready to defend that shit too.
him, but it's going in her. It's soon going to be inside of her, just like the spermicide. Oh, I see what you mean. Like, he put it in a tampon? So, inserting something into her other than his wiener. I see what you mean, yeah.
Oh, my God.
No, I think there's spermicide on condoms, aren't there? On lubricant? No? Maybe not. A kitty treat. Yeah, creepy kind of. Well, she didn't know she was allergic, though. You know? Like, she just found out then. It's like, you know. It's a bit weird, yeah. Yeah, Foodie fan. It is kind of weird.
Who fucking says wiener? Exactly. Shelby Kim, just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. She reminds us quite often that she can get worse, whether it be more vile or more gross. She's going to make sure it happens.
That's true, ding dong. But you think men don't think like that? You know what I mean? And that's not a defense. It's just fact. They don't.
Men don't think like what? Since you're speaking for all men, girl, men don't think like what, cutie?
Oh, I should think of how her vagina is going to react. They don't care. They think that thing can take all kinds of friggin' stuff. They're so out of touch, men.
Are you telling me that all men are willing to do what that man did to her? Men should be very offended by what she just said. Dorky Shitstain says the gymnastics she has to do just to defend a creep. Exactly. It's disgusting. And for what? To get more hate towards your channel? Don't you have enough people who dislike you already? Are you kidding me? Dorky, thank you for the super chat, hun. It's crazy that she thinks that all men would be willing to do that.
They're insensitive.
Take spermicide, put it in a tampon, and not tell the woman and shoot it up into their shit. She thinks all men think like that.
Trap him with pregnancies, yeah. But he definitely should have gone about it a different way. You know? If I was single and I hadn't reverted, then probably would have gone, yeah. Why do I need association to talk about it? It's a document.
Pause. Wait. No, you wouldn't have. You don't have the looks. Obviously, after seeing that documentary, it is safe to say with our full guns, you don't have the looks. You would have never been invited. You wish, girl. Chuck says, hey, cutie, I know you're watching. This is why we can't stand you, not because you're big. Exactly, Chuck. Thank you for the super chat, hun.
Documentary. Are you dumb? Yes, you're dumb.
Nah, I think you're the dumb one. My
dad's my uncle.
Oh, sorry. Do I need, what? It's a current event.
A current event. Cautious Observer says, speaking on behalf of real men, you are wrong. Exactly, Cautious Observer. What a weird statement to make. That you believe that all men would be willing to do that. Let you know the kind of men that she has surrounded herself with her entire life. Thank you for the super chat, hun. Buttercrumpet says, and she would have accused him of everything when he offended her. Exactly. All of this shit she'd be willing to look past until he did something like, oh, I don't know, cheat.
So people can't discuss things that happened unless they were there? Oh my God, please go read a book. Fuck,
what's reading a book gonna solve, cutie? What's that gonna solve?
Rosie wasn't there. This documentary has been being...
And neither were you. And I think that's the point that they were trying to make in your chat, is that you are speaking about this situation with these women as if you were there. That's what they're trying to say. They're not saying you can't speak on it, because obviously you can, but the way you're speaking on it, it's as if you were there and you know more than the rest of us. Ghost of Ruta Baby, hello. Hey, yeah, but 2 months. Woohoo! I just came back from renting out my first ever property entirely by myself. I'm a real estate agent and I work for my mom. Congratulations.
Good for you.
I love that, Ghost Ruta Baby. And thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. How exciting.
Talked about for weeks. What about Lockout Bus? Were they there? Are you a sex addicted person? No.
No, she's not. The pussy is dry, but she is a pervert. You can definitely be a pervert and have a dry puss. I just want to say that, clarify. Tamara says, my gut is telling me she is jealous is all. She's too old and immobile to qualify. She should count her blessings. Right, Tamara? I don't disagree. And thank you for the support, hun.
He's a sexual predator on his excuses and victim blaming. Well, then you're hearing what you want to hear. It's not herpes, not actual fact. You're hearing what you want to hear. There's nothing I can do about that. So I guess our conversation ends here. Bus right, Roxy?
Rabbit Enjoyer says this only proves she was jealous of the girls that actually were invited. Terrible, terrible human. I agree. She was jealous of the girls that were invited. I think it makes her feel a certain way that there are women out there who are, it is what it is, death fats that don't look like her. Balding, just clean, well taken care of, looked well groomed, wear decent clothes, or not dressed like an old granny scooting around on mobility scooters, burping and farting and shitting themselves. I think she expects all women of size. And that has always been the argument from day one, is that not even women who are very, very big, not all of them, yes, some maybe, but not all of them are dirty, disgusting slobs like she is. There's layers to this shit. Rabbit, thank you for the super chat and agreed.
I'm not saying that Stefan is a completely magnificent dude who hasn't done, questionable, creepy things, but at the same
It sure does sound like it. It really sounds like it. And you got to clarify that, because you made it sound like that, Chantel. Whose fault is that, Chantel's? The fact that people have to come in there and say that makes it sound like you've been defending this guy and that you don't think he's a creep or a predator. Your words got you to that situation, cutie. Ghost Ruta Baby says, be for real, Chins. You'd be right there with the rest of the girls in paradise if you had one good wig and didn't dress like a revert grandma from Missouri. Girl, it's so bad. Like, she doesn't even put any kind of effort into the way that she looks. Like, she slops some disgusting old ass makeup on her dirty, crusty face, and she thinks she's good to go and slaps about 1 million filters on all of her photos. Ghost Ruta Baby, thank you for the super chat, hun.
Same time, some of the things he was being accused of, like the belly touching, calling him a predator for that, blaming him for Cass's death. There's things that they're piling onto it that I don't feel like is fair. That's all I'm saying. If you think I'm defending him, whatever. Yeah, Marsha. There you go, Scrape. Tech is on walkout right now.
She said it the other day, Closer. She has this weird delusion that everyone is as disgusting as her. She's just the only one who's honest about it. She said it the other day. You're from Missouri. She said something like, I'm just the one who's open about picking my nose and shitting my pants and letting blood juice stay in my underwear and wear the same clothes. Girl, that is not normal behavior. I would say if a person is living like that, more than likely it's probably a lot of mental illness that goes into that, severe depression issues, even maybe. No, people don't live that way. They don't. That's disgusting. And it's not safe, to be frank. Zen says, poll idea. Stefan didn't invite Cutie because too old, too bald, or too immobile. I think it really comes down to all of those things. Like, it wasn't like there was one thing that he could just look past. All of the things tick the boxes. So he was like, absolutely not, didn't even consider it. Thank you for the support, hun. Carrie says, every week I dislike her more. Go take care of that boiled bitch. That was funny, Carrie. Thank you for the support, hun. Yava and Sam's the fourth cat. Hello. Love you, Yava. Thanks for holding our hands through this. You're very welcome. And thank you so much for being here for 3 months. And love your name, as always, the fourth cat. I don't think so. Not happening.
Mukbanging spermicide. What's that other lady's name, the model?
Yeah, you got a shitty kitty, bro. You think the other women in Paradise House all have shitty kitties? I would say probably not. They definitely don't look like they got a shitty kitty.
Tess Holiday, yeah, she's gained weight. Hey, Fate. Why would I want to be?
Sassy Cat said, could you imagine if she was on the receiving end of the spermicide and got the rash? This would be a totally different story if it were her. You know what, Sassy Cat? It would. But it wouldn't come out, and she wouldn't rage about that situation or want to have that person thrown into jail unless they crossed her. And I don't mean by doing that. Again, I mean by deceiving her, talking to another woman, saying another woman is attractive, maybe even cheating on her. Then it's going to be a problem. The Sassy Cat, thank you for the super chat.
Part of that, if I would have gone there and I didn't want to hook up with Stefan, I would have been like, look, I'm not here for that. You know, I would have liked to think I would have been clear about it. Maybe I wouldn't have been. Who knows? But
exactly. Who knows? You weren't in that situation, so how can you speak on it? That was the point the person in chat was trying to make to you. Not that you couldn't speak on the documentary, but just saying things like you know them as a fact when you fucking don't know because you weren't there. And basically you're calling those women liars is disgusting. Hello, Corvid. Consent is the simplest thing in the world. Anyone who tells you it's complicated is sus as fuck, in my opinion. Agreed. Hugs and support to all. Thank you, Corvid. I agree, and I appreciate your support, hun. Cosmopolitan says, watch him insult, reject her. Opinion will change. We shall see. Hopefully, Stefan speaks on it. I mean, I don't really care. I don't follow that guy, so if he did, I would have to hear it through somebody else, but still. Just to see her reaction to that is what I'm curious of. Nothing else. It's that simple. Chantel's Unflake Bean, hello. She expects men to accept her the way she is. Warts, boils, stink, crusty fanny, pooing herself, and the rest. Me taught her that. She's delusional. Chantel's Unflake Bean, exactly. Agreed 1,000,000%. And thank you for the support, hun. Poopadoo, hello. She says she's too old. Thank you for being a member for 57 months, hun.
I would go now, like if I would go now, if I was single and not Muslim, that's what I would do at this state, you know. So younger women are more impressionable for sure, but and I do think it's immoral in a way to glorify obesity because it is deadly. Like look at the people who've died from it. It's not positive.
Right. And you just said it. These are young women. Again, that's an important thing, Chantel.
Whatsoever. I don't care what anyone says. And I'm an obese person. That's my views have changed a lot on that. Like, and they'll probably feel that way when they get sick, so Stefan gives amazing head pats. No thanks. He's not my type whatsoever, and I'm happily married. Yeah, Ryder, it's true. I mean, I feel like,
Can you believe that she's even able to say that with a straight face, that she's happily married? Are you fucking kidding me right now? You just accused your husband of fucking his cousin. Odds are. I mean, and we're not even talking about the part that Salah's in Syria and yada, 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 and romance scammer. If you were out there accusing your husband of fucking his cousin, safe to say you're not in a happy marriage. Safe to say. The aimbot says it's joke is jealous. She didn't get abused too. Exactly, aimbot. And thank you for the support. Hello, keto girl. You can tell Stefan likes pretty and clean big girls, not just tall and mobile. Chantel would never get an invite. Exactly.
When there's a man at the center of something. Oh, scrape it is so good. I would eat that right now. Imagine if Stefan slapped Amber's shelf.
I just don't see why that's funny. What's funny about that? Nobody's laughing at the thought of Amber getting no. Not even if we dislike her so much would we laugh at that. That's not funny.
Tess Holliday is one of the prettiest women alive. She's very pretty, but yeah, she is very pretty. I was just thinking because like the hesitation was like one of the most prettiest women alive. She's very pretty. Slapped shelf. I lived there for 2 weeks. No one touched me. Oh, shoot. There's one woman who was there. She was in the documentary. She had really short hair. And I remember her going on bus. I hate the bus audience. They made me laugh and I felt like I was going to hell. She was sitting there and going, well, I don't know anything about that, but you see, she apparently kept making advances on Stefan and he had to tell her, like, he told her basically, like, you're not my type, I'm sorry. And then someone because he's like, she's not my type and I didn't want to sleep with her. And then someone in the comments was like, oh, fuck, I wouldn't want to either. You're not a Tess fan? Yeah, me neither, really, honestly.
I'm not shocked that somebody that looks like Stefan does what he does. It's given that is what Quirky's boyfriend is. There's a lot of similarities, if you will, between, in my opinion, from what we've seen between Remy and Stefan. Ghost Ruta Baby says she was too yuck orgish, even for the guy who likes women halfway out to sea. Whatever you say, wannabe celeb, call that lardy bees. Ghost Ruta Baby, thank you for the super chat, hun. Oh, who said that? Pupster says, but Milky isn't pretty. Hey, Chantel, exactly. Sitting there talking about Tess Holliday being pretty, but calls Milky ugly. That great point.
I mean, maybe, I don't know, Stefan should be like maybe he should encourage these women to lose weight. I don't know. Not like they'll probably listen. It's not like he can just cure everyone's problems. Her head is too small. You find Tess Holliday's head is too small? Really? I don't notice. He slept with some little bluebirdie. I don't know who he slept with, but I know. Yeah, I don't know. She was the first real advocate for plus size women and body positivity. I don't believe in like there being like a heroin chick standard of body size or, extreme diets and all that shit. Maybe, I mean, being chunky, I think that weight is no longer attractive once it becomes like not just attractive, but it's no longer good whenever there's like health issues, So like these women are like my size even is a problem. Women who are like 500, 600 pounds, that's really bad. That's really unhealthy.
Girl, you're not going to tell us that you're not close to being 500 pounds, cutie. You're just not. Lost Tamale says peak jealousy and projected self-hatred. Too bad she will never be emotionally mature enough to realize she idolizes and defends people harmful to society. Exactly, Lost Tamale. Very well said. And thank you for the support. Heroin chick is deathly thin. I don't even know who that is.
No, Natural is not my type, MTXP. We don't always date our types.
Do you know what that means, Chantel? Desperation. You were willing to settle for a fucking dishwasher and a sack of teeth. Who let that sink in?
Because he's not like anyone else I've been with. I don't really have a type. Like,
That's true. You want to know why you don't have a type? Desperation. You will take anybody that's willing to throw attention in your direction as long as they're not overweight.
I've been with so many, like every person I've been with was so different from the next. Yeah. Tess kept gaining and now has health issues.
Exactly, Ghost Ruta baby. She says all that and claims Salah is still attracted to her. Yep. To this day, she says that shit. Thank you for the super chat, hun. MEP says she is damn 5x5. What is she going on about? She is hella jealous. She's acting like she's so much thinner than all of these women. No, the hell you're not, cutie.
So what if they're
Y'all don't have eyes? Get out of here. You can't even walk anymore, bro.
taller? They're still super morbidly obese. Even if you're 6'1", you should not be 500 fucking pounds. Are you kidding? At like 6'1", okay, let's figure this out. What is a healthy
Hey, turn the exhaust on. I just seen your text.
body weight for a woman who's 6'2"? Let's just give you an extra inch.
Yes, Dapper Doll. How many times did we hear how hot dishwasher was?
Between 144 and 194 pounds. That's 300 pounds overweight. That is super morbidly deadly obese.
Uh-huh. Okay. Takes one to know one. I love how she's just sitting there with her secondary phone, punching in all the calculations, telling us the obvious. Educate the people, cutie.
For a 5'8", just yeah, mine should be like between 100 and 120. What's your point? I included myself in this, so what's your point? Like, why are you? I'm also super morbidly obese, but that doesn't change that being 500-600 pounds is not healthy. Like, do you not understand that? Or my weight is not healthy either. When did I say that? I'm waiting. I don't act like they're so much bigger than me, Melly. I include myself.
Okay, so I was listening when she said that, and I went and looked at the comment. Is that her Melly that she's talking to? Can anybody say? I know somebody has to know. Wicked Crafter says a registered creeper was her work husband. Ha! Exactly, Crafter. Thank you for the super chat, hun. Bertha Biscuit Boyle says 5 foot should be 97 to 123 pounds. Girl, it's safe to say she's 4'11". Bertha, thank you for the support. Okay. Cancer Warrior says yes. Sticky Caramel says no, it was not Melly the mod. I didn't think that Melly would be willing to get that out of pocket with Chantel.
I included myself in that. I'm super morbidly death fat obese.
Yes.
Do you want me to like?
She got herself a death fat. Oh my God, that's so epic.
I'm fat. I'm obese. I am fat.
That was the clip that people have been tagging me in to put on the soundboard. It's coming, bitches. I honestly just forgot this morning.
I don't act like there's so much
Okay, hold on. Hold on. High speed. There we go.
bigger than me, Melly.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard her refer to herself as a death fat. Oh my God. What a holiday, guys. I know this has been very, very heavy, very hard to watch, but at least we got something out of it. Go ahead, cutie. Say it again.
Food myself. I included myself in that.
Zoe, I'm so sorry to hear all that, hun. When it rains, it pours. Battling cancer, my car was mechanically totaled. I don't have the money for the new car, and my credit is shit. I need this distraction. I hope it gets your mind off for a little bit of time, and I hope things get better for you, hun. Thank you for the support. Hang in there.
I'm super morbidly death fat obese. I included myself in that. I'm super morbidly death fat obese.
Yes. Yes, you are. Thank you. Thank you. Again, we already knew that, but to hear you say it, it really means a lot, cutie. You got me in my feelings this morning, girl.
Do you want me to like fucking write it out?
That would be great. Maybe draw a picture. You're really good at that.
Yeah, Island Dragonfly. I'm 5'1". Give me the extra inch, okay? They don't get in my head, Tam Tam. I'm just saying, like, you know, where did I say that? Like, I need an answer. No answer? Silence, crickets? I'm waiting to hear where I act like I'm smaller or like I'm so much smaller.
I mean, we have those clips. We'd have to go dig those up, but we have them. You've said it.
I'm like maybe 100 and something pounds less than a 500-pound person. Some of the women there.
Ma'am. Liar, liar, gunt on fire. Silly gunt. Tricks are for kids. No, you're not.
I need an answer. No answer? Silence, crickets? I'm waiting.
You almost see, that's the thing, cutie. You almost did it. You almost were willing to tap into the truth of it all for once in your fucking life, and then you just diarrhea shitted all over it.
Here where I act like I'm.
You were almost there.
Smaller, or like I'm so much smaller. I'm like maybe 100 and something pounds less than a 500-pound person. Some of the women there were like 600 pounds. Whenever you're super morbidly obese in an unhealthy way like that, you know, carrying 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the same, like it's very dangerous. You know? 600 pounds? I don't think so, LMNOP. Nah. But probably very close. No, I'm not 310. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why you people are comparing me to these women when I included myself. I'm also extremely fucking unhealthy. Maybe even more unhealthy than a lot of them that are there, even if they weigh more. Every body is different.
You're delusional. You're desperate. You're all of these things that are so much worse that was shown with these women in this documentary. That's why. That's why.
There's some women who are thinner than.
Then you come online claiming to be a victim and want people to listen to your story and feel sorry and sympathy for you. And then you shit all over other victims.
Me, but still obese, who have even worse health issues. It just depends, you know? Okay, so what's your point, LMNOP? Like, what's your point? I'm just waiting to know what your point is. ...
Oh, you mean as far as her height, Boo Squeezy? Oh, she definitely did. The hunch alone in her back has definitely taken her down a couple of inches.
Your place in my heart is as fat as hell.
Chantel can't even stand up straight. You're not going to tell me that her spine isn't compressed under all that weight and has made her a few inches shorter than her previous 5'1", 5 foot, however tall she was. She's definitely shorter now.
They're just trying to piss you off. It's not working. I'm having a conversation. What's your point?
Chantel, you stay mad, you stay pissed off, you stay in a bad mood. So you talk about things like this because you know you're going to get hate and vile people in your chat, and it gives you what you're looking for. Misery seeks misery. They seek their own company. Whatever that fucking saying is.
That is the sweetest thing anyone said to me, Scrape. That's just the way I talk, Herpes. I guess I'm spicy. I'm not mild. I'm unhealthy but old because I am pounds overweight. Yeah.
Hey, Big Squeezy, is that a thing? I seen somebody, I can't remember where I seen it yesterday. Where did I see that? Does YouTube have DMs now? If so, that's pretty fucking cool. I hope that's true.
There's obesity is not healthy.
That would be a game changer for real.
Did you, Millie?
Yeah, exactly. She's not spicy. She's cruel.
Hey, Jackie. ALR is 550-ish and is the same height as Chantel, so that makes her 800 pounds. Seems off. Yeah, exactly. So if Amber, exactly, she's not, like, you can't go by that.
Misery enraging because she's miserable in her own freaking life. Kumquat Manager, thank you so much for gifting 5 the YouTube Underground memberships. Wicked Weird Wednesday, Trigger Me Elmo, Rendall, Sixers 44, and Tone Bone. Welcome, welcome, all new members. A word from our sponsor, Pickle, go ahead.
Just as a humble cucumber becomes a pickle, let life's challenges marinate your spirit and emerge from the jar of adversity with the crunch of greatness.
Oh, wow. That was a banger. Kumquat, you deserve that one, girl. Thank you, Pickle. Thank you, Kumquat. Appreciate you.
Elemental P. That's kind of like not accurate way of measuring things, but go off. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's close to being accurate, but yeah, if you do the amber conversion, I don't know. It's hard to say.
I know, right? Damn, Pickle. That was a banger.
And no, like I can walk. Like I can. Not very far distances without being uncomfortable, but so those women too. Same thing. You're asking me if they can walk. And most of them are a lot younger too. So you can't like I don't know why we're pitting one fat woman against each other, but it's very typical for Gore World to do that. Like
you did that. You've done that this entire time yourself. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, girl, but you did that. Kumquat says this is a hard subject, but so important. Thanks for covering this, Yabba. And thank you guys that you were able to stick in here and hang out with me. And I understand those who weren't. Kumquat, thank you for being a member for 50 months, girl. Damn.
Fucking dick size whipping contest, fucking pissing contest over who's bigger, who's more mobile, who has cankles, who doesn't. I just don't want to be a part of your fucking stupid ass.
No, you don't want to be a part of it because you don't want to hear the truth of the matter, right, Chantel? Mia Morris says that she says she was 170 pounds less than a 500-pound woman. She is saying she's 393. Is that what she just admitted to? Do you think that she's 393? I still say X it out. I put her over 400 though. I just do. I can't believe that she's under 400. Looking at the old video clips and her old weigh-ins and all of that shit, I just can't buy it. Mia, thank you for the support, hon. Appreciate you. Aimbot says misery loves company and company loves more. Exactly, Aimbot. Thank you for that. Appreciate you, girl.
Conversation. I'm sorry.
Okay, listen, I didn't realize what time it was, guys. I kind of wanted to watch more of this, but I really do have to get going. I have to get things wrapped up. I have to get food ready, packed for the kids. Sam has her grandson down, so we want to make sure we get into the pool and so we can have some fun. We've been kind of busy the last few days, so we haven't got to do a whole lot. So let me go ahead and wrap this up. I know it was heavy, but again, at least we got that glorious clip from Chantel admitting that she herself knows that she is a death fat. That, again, alone. Thank you, cutie. What a gift. Just a gift that keeps on giving. Call her Santa Claus, right? Love you guys so much. I will try to be here tomorrow, if not Sunday for sure. See you next time, guys. Hang in there. Be strong. Don't let her get to you with her heavy topics, okay? If you got to tap out, then do that and always protect yourself. Love you guys so much.